Thank you so much for joining us today. It was a great presentation that you had this morning. I have just a few questions for you. The first is in regard to black businesses. How important do you feel scalability is?
I think it's everything. It's okay. We don't get into business just to step in time. We have to grow.
Yes.
And there are opportunities. And one of the things we fought for, whether it was the airport expansion, MARTA, the contracts, is making sure contracts are the size that businesses can get into the arena about. But you cannot keep pushing to get contracts like a $3 million or $5 million when they want to do 10, 15, and 20. We got to grow businesses so they can do that level of business. And so we do have to have folks who scale to the level that the opportunities are. And I think the late Mayor Maynard Jackson had it right. We have to do partnerships and joint ventures. And when we combine our resources, we have the capacity to take more of these contracts off the table. So that's been killing us because we've had to fight in city government and other places to get them to do packages that are smaller than the traditional 10 million and higher.
Right. Why do you think we hesitate to come together, to combine our businesses, to collaborate for greater gain?
One, we've been conditioned to do that. When you think back and folks say, well, Willie Lynch is a farce, I think the Willie Lynch syndrome still works and lives today, where you pit the light-skinned blacks against the dark-skinned black. You pit the woman against the man and the man against the woman, the young against the older. We're seeing that manifested more today than ever before. It's mindset. And so, as I have mentioned, I've been in business 24 years. My biggest challenges have come from African-American elected officials, only a small number, and from some business owners. I'm prepared to deal with the challenges that come from the white community. You're prepared for that, but it's disappointing when your own come after. It's one thing if you're doing a terrible job, but in my case, they've been rated one of the best in the state by the state and other agencies, only to have a person come after me. And we went from 100% African-American operations when they removed me and the other 3 African-American groups, because they had to remove them to get to me. It went to 100% white, and that was Fulton County government. And a certain female commissioner, I won't call her name, but it's bad when you get that, and then people you think you're friends who are envious, and they try to look at ways to bring you down. I've always believed in giving back. At least 1/3 of what we earn from our businesses, we reinvest in our communities. I learned that from my father, who was an entrepreneur, and my mother, who instilled the values in me. And I understand that when you're blessed, you got to share those blessings. And so with all of that, we got to get more in the mindset that I'm not your competition. I can be your associate. I can be your ally. And I also understand all money is not good money. So I spread it along. Years ago, before I went into business, a good friend of mine said, Mr. Dortch, let me tell you my philosophy. He said, pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. He said, as a hog, as a pig, we can all eat at the same trough, but as a hog, you want to take everything, and they're going to take you out.
Right.
And so I tell folks, be a pig, don't be a hog.
Right.
But the other side is, again, the pie is large enough for us all to participate in. And there are times I don't even want to participate, but I'll help to find and make sure my people, our folks from our community, is in it. You can't be, as the late Maynard Jackson said, we shouldn't be scared Negroes. In every board I sit on, I make sure I advocate for our people. I make sure that those opportunities are there. From when I worked with the U.S. Senate to now as chair of the Fulton County Hospital Authority. I mean, anywhere I've been. When I chaired the Atlanta Fulton County Recreation Authority, we built Phillips Arena with almost 40% minority business participation. When my wife was the regional administrator at GSA, they did 40% minority business participation, what is now known as the Sam Nunn Atlanta Federal Center. Well, that's the largest participation on any federal project in the history of our country, and it was done by a guy by the name of Ed Bourne, African American business owner. So it's easy for us to do good and do right, and I tell people you can do right and still do good, and you have to make sure opportunities are there. And I believe in me, I believe in my people, and that's
absolutely.
I mean, that's the way it is.
Thank you so much for joining us, and keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, my pleasure. All right.